Hey y'all, Upayislaycollabs here, and today we are slaying a ponytail with the design. She's going to get the cute braid in the front, and we're going to add a weave and some cute curls and stuff in the back. Right now, you just see me spraying in some leave-in conditioner. I use Hass Placenta mixed with the African Pride leave-in conditioners. I spray a little heat protectant, and I usually will use, depending on the client's hair, I will use some of the Color Wow waterproofing spray before blowing out. Here I'm just separating her hair, and I'm going to go and blow dry her out. Now that she's all dry, I'm going to proceed to silk her hair out. Here I'm using a light hold spray. This one happens to be by Isoplex. I do this right before pressing out. It just helps me grab some of those smaller hairs, tames the flyaways, and it just gets those roots really straight. Okay, now that she's silked out, here I'm going to proceed to start working on the ponytail itself. I use a little bit of old school elastic QP wax. I'm going to just rub it in my hands and run it through her hair, as well as clean up her part. And this just makes it easier for me to mold the ponytail. I like to clean the part with wax, of course, because you don't want to wet the press. So now I am just going to section off the part where the braid is going to be with a rubber band, so it's out of the way. I like to mold the ponytail first and then do the design afterward. Okay, so here I'm going in with that elastic QP, and I'm just going to run it through her hair and down the ponytail. I do this because it just makes it easier for me to mold. You're not using a whole lot. You don't want to use too much and make it heavy and the hairspray not stick. But I also like to use this wax so that the hairspray is not drying the hair out. I'm also going in with a little bit of that light hold elastic QP, and it just kind of pulls the ponytail in place. It makes it easier for me to mold it where I want it at, and then I go in with the heavier hold hairspray. What I'm doing now is I do what I call a dry mold or a soft mold. What this is like you see me pulling out the baby hairs, and this is just where I position the ponytail where I want it at before molding. It just makes life so much easier. You already have the ponytail where you want it, how you have it, how you want it to look. You're pretty much just going to, polish it up with the hard hold hairspray. Now that we got our ponytail where we want it, I'm going to go in first with some of the Ebin lace spray. I really like this hairspray. I love how fast it dries. I love that it doesn't have like this nasty smell, and it has a really nice shine to it. So I like to use that one. I also love the fact that it washes out very easily with water because it is technically meant to be a light hold lace spray. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to comb it in. I am going to dry this with high heat. So when you guys see me with the blow dryer like far away, the heat is on high. When you see me with the blow dryer close to her head, the heat is on cool. I also mist it over with a little bit of Got2b, and this just freezes it completely in place. I also like it just gives it extra protection. I can't exactly explain why I use both, but I just noticed that when I use it with the Got2b, the hairspray dries a lot faster. It makes it a little tackier for me to mold it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to speed this part up because I'm literally just going to be doing the same thing. But pretty much my method is just spray with the Ebin, comb it through till you distribute it. Sorry, you guys. Blow dry it on high or warm. Then I go through with a little bit of Got2b, and I brush that I use my edge brush to brush that in. The edge brush is going to grab all those little hairs, and it's just going to lay it down. And then when I blow dry it close up on cool, that's what's going to dry the hair. Now, the reason why I put the blow dryer so close to the client's hair is so that hairspray underneath gets dry as well. Because a lot of clients run into the issue of their ponytail not being it feels comfortable in the beginning, and then when the hairspray dries and hardens, they feel like the ponytail got tighter. So this is my way of ensuring that doesn't happen, as well as just creating a seamless ponytail. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up. I'm not going to talk anymore until I get ready to do the braid, I believe. Now that our pony is done in the back, I am going to start with the braid. What I do is I am going to use a little bit of wax after I section out how I'm going to do my braid. I like to have my braid kind of come around, so that's what I'm doing now, is just parting out where I want it to be. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the yellow beeswax, and I use this kind of as a molding agent. So the same way that you would like mold the hair down with an edge controller or braid gel, since her hair is pressed, we're not going to do that. We are going to add a little bit of beeswax, and I'm going to pretty much put that through the parts, mold it down where I want it to be, braid it, and then I will come back afterwards and add the hairspray. Another thing I want to add before I forget is don't worry about making the braid like uber tight. I know sometimes people struggle with bigger braids with having that all of the hair kind of pulled in. I'll show you my trick to that. Pretty much all I do is after I've done the braid and like with my wax and whatnot, whatever parts of the hair are not completely tucked under the braid, we're just going to use a little hairspray, use a comb and tuck it in. Also, I use a little bit of braid gel while I'm doing the braid, just to make sure that all of the hair is tucked in, there's no flyaways or anything being left out. Now that our braid is done, we're going to attach it to the ponytail. I have her hold the braid down where it's comfortable for her, so that when I tighten the ponytail, it's not pulling on the side. You obviously don't want your client to have any discomfort. You want them to just be able to wear their hairstyle and be happy with it. Okay, so remember how I was telling you guys not to worry about if you don't grab like all of the hair in. This is where I go back with the hairspray, and I'm going to smooth out all of the parts that are not smooth and sleek, tuck those hairs under the braid, and this is also where I'm going to seal over that wax, because remember, I didn't use any hairspray for this part. I just smoothed it down to do the braid with the wax only. So this is where I'm doing that part. Literally all I'm going to do is comb it, smooth it with my hands, dry it with the blow dryer. Like I said, when you see it far away, it's on a high heat setting. When you see the blow dryer close to her hair, it's obviously on cool. Once I get it as flat as I'd like it to be and as smooth as I'd like it to be, I'm going to then take the tail of my comb and slide it in there. And then also, as you guys can see, I'm using the edge brush, because that's going to grab all of those little hairs. I love the edge brush for smoothing, because it just gets those hairs and like certain parts that the comb does not fully get, and it just smooths it out so beautifully. So that's what I'm doing right here. Using my Edge Slave 48-hour edge control, I'm going to mix that just with a little bit of Got To Be in the yellow tube, and I'm going to start doing her baby hairs. I don't have a particular method for her baby hairs. I kind of just go along with her natural hairline and whatever way the hairs want to go. I love using a little bit of the Got To Be, because the Edge Slave is going to smooth and lay those edges down, and the Got To Be is going to make sure that those edges do not move. I like for my clients to look cute and have the desired look that they have, without having to worry about trying to fix it the next day. So that's my little trick for that. Add a little bit of Got To Be. You can use the black one, but I prefer the white one because it's thick and it just works really, really well with my edge control. Now that her edges are done, I'm going to proceed to the ponytail. So right now I am just braiding her hair down because this is what we're going to sew the weave hair onto. I'm not against the glue method, but a lot of my clients, they bring good bundles to me and I don't want to put any glue in them. So I just braid it down and I just sew the ponytail and wrap it up. It's pretty much my method. Okay, so at the last stitch, when I get to the rubber band, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue. I don't use a whole lot, but I like this. It just makes the wrap a lot smoother, in my opinion. And I like to have a point where it's easy for the clients to find the thread when they need to take it down. So all I'm doing now is I'm just going to wrap it around until I get to the base of the ponytail. And then after I do that, then I'm going to do the wrap that's going to cover the tracks. So I'm going to take a little section of hair from the bottom and I'm going to use that to wrap the hair around the track. So all I do pretty much is I just take my comb. I'm going to comb out the hair to ensure that this wrap is nice and smooth. There's no tangles which would make lumps or bumps or anything of the sort. And my method is pretty easy. All I do is just spray a little bit of the even spray, comb it through so that it's smooth, and I wrap it kind of taut. You don't want to make it too tight where it's uncomfortable for the client, but you want it to be tight enough where it's nice and smooth and it doesn't unravel. Once our wrap is finished, we are going to use the flat iron and seal it. I just do this because it gives it a smoother finish in my opinion, and it keeps you from burning your client with the blow dryer. Now that our pony is done, the last step is just to flat iron it. So I'm going to silk it out and then spray a little shine spray to finish it off and we'll be done. Here's the finished look. Let me know how you guys like it. If you're feeling it, let me know. Leave in the comments what else you'd like to see. If you have any questions that I did not answer, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Thank you guys so much and I'll see you in my next video.